Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hope you're doing well. So, in this wonderful book by Mufti Menk, Motivational Moments, there's a quote here that I wanted to read to you and talk about. Bismillah. If you want to know the strength of your soul, look at how patient you are, how readily you accept His will. Don't break when you're bent. Now, the strength of your soul and its relation to patience, this really came to my mind when I was dealing with my terrible nerve damage and the pulled and strained muscle. And the agony was intense. And there were times where I would get angry and be like, oh, I just want it to be over. It took over 30 days to get fully healed. And I didn't have adequate pain relief. And trying to be patient when there's pain that is just feels like it's electrocuting you, it's not easy. And when you think about your patience level in certain situations where you're angry, you're in pain, or you really want something, whether that's like a relationship, or we could give a good example here. Like as a woman, when you're pregnant, you have to be patient. It's a long journey. And there's lots of instances where you're in your, third trimester and you're like, hey, I just don't want to be pregnant anymore. I just want this to be over. But if your baby comes early, 36 weeks, 37 weeks, there could be complications, right? So you have to actually be patient, and it's for the benefit of your own baby. So you have to manage yourself and say, okay, I have to be patient and not put the sort of evil eye upon myself, not sort of be so impatient that I end up accidentally causing the little baby to come before 40 weeks, right? So patience is really important. And when you think about labor and delivery, it is so hard because you're like, I'm pushing, the contractions won't stop, and every woman has different complications. And for me, when I'm on the C-section table and the bright lights are there, and it's scary because they got to cut through so many layers of tissue. You just have to keep breathing, be patient through it, and then the healing process of that is intense. Like you cough, you sneeze, the fire burning of the nerves and the incision site, you're like, oh, and then your little baby's crying, they need to have their diaper changed, people have to help you. You have to be so patient with yourself when you are healing. And so through patience, we really do become stronger. And when I had my first C-section, I didn't know what to expect, really. I was like, oh. And since some women lie about their weaknesses, as in they always want to appear strong, they give other women a false sense. It's not that someone's like doom and gloom, they're trying to terrify you, but there are lots of women who will hide their pain in order to appear strong, and then you're thinking it's going to be easy, and then it happens to you and you're like, oh, these women lied, they hid the truth, and it's much harder than they let on. And so the second time I had a C-section, it was like, okay, I know what to expect. Let's do this, and the healing journey, I was like, yeah, I know, and it's so intense. And through tests and trials and having to be patient, we become stronger. And it's such a weird thing when you're going through it, when you have to be patient. And I've learned now to be less impulsive because I have anger problems and I've been working on it. It's not easy, but it's like, hey, let that person say what they need to say. I don't need to go 0 to 100 real quick. Sometimes you don't really need to respond at all. Other times you need to just be succinct. Other times you need to pause, be patient, and diligently explain everything so that they have a clear message that's all mapped out. So the expression of patience in a given context is really important, because when you're dealing with pain recovery, when you want a legal matter to be fixed up. You are applying for a visa. You are trying to become a citizen in this country. Whatever it is. Sometimes it's even hard to be patient at the doctor's office because you're like, oh, come on, man. My appointment was at this time. Where is it at? And then the next time you're like, okay, let me bring a book. Because not every office has great Wi-Fi or whatever. So you bring a book and then you're more prepared. And then little by little, the time goes by and you're like, okay, I'm fine. As mothers, we have to be patient all the time. We're praying, our baby cries. We started to pray, the baby cries. You are taking a shower and your baby cries. You finally get to sit down and relax. You think your baby's asleep, they wake up. Your baby has the flu, you're struggling with them for a few days till they get over it because they're moody when they're going through teething. Also, the potty training process takes a lot of patience because you're like, oh, when are we going to fix this? And when is it going to start? There's so many things that moms have to go through in terms of patience, and it's not easy. But when you go through it, you have more love for yourself, and you're accepting of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's will. He's the most high, the most merciful, and each test and trial, if we use that to get nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then we will get more strength in our soul, because the more we love and fear Allah, the stronger in iman and faith we're going to become. And that's going to help our overall disposition. So I really enjoyed that one because I was like, yeah, don't break. You got to keep going. And it's, subhanallah. When you're in the thick of it, it's so hard. And sometimes all you really can do is try to just breathe through it. And the way the clock just ticks, ticks, ticks. When you're in pain, it feels like time slows down. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help everyone who's recovering. Whoa. It's spooky. That's why we also have to watch our arrogance. Arrogance is a form of weakness on our part. And you gotta watch yourself, man, because you gotta be careful, man. So careful. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and join the blog.